Welcome to the Monty Collier Report. I'm Monty Collier. In this video, we will be discussing freedom and biblical Christianity. Biblical Christianity, what we sometimes call Reformed theology, or Calvinism, when embraced by a people such as those who created our United States of America, results in a government which, though certainly not perfect due to the noetic effects of sin, tends to acknowledge and protect the civil liberties of its individual citizens. This was demonstrated historically by the Calvinist Dutch Republic of the 1500s. After embracing the teachings of the Protestant Reformation, the Dutch Republic acknowledged and protected the religious freedom of its people. This Dutch Republic protected people from the wicked Roman Catholic Inquisition that hunted and murdered anyone who dared disagree with the cardinal teachings of the Roman Catholic Church state and its absolute monarch, the Pope, or as we like to call him, the Antichrist. Now, freedom of religion is the first and most important right of any people, and that is why it is acknowledged and protected in the First Amendment of our own Bill of Rights. From this civil liberty flow the rest of our civil liberties, such as freedom of speech, freedom of the press, the right to assemble peacefully, and so on. The history of Roman Catholicism is a history of persecution and murder. The history of Roman Catholicism has shown that it opposes civil liberties and seeks to suppress any free speech that dare dissent from its priestly monarch's thinking. For example, in 1864, Pope Pius IX issued the Syllabus of Errors, which condemned Protestantism, Bible societies, and civil liberties in every form. As Roman Catholic thinking and priestcraft increase in a free nation, civil liberties tend to decline proportionately. Today, we have the most Roman Catholic executive administration in the history of the United States. And what do we see happening? We see a great increase of people demanding dissenting speech to be stifled, not only on social media, which is virtual reality, but also in the public. We see people calling for citizens to carry with them quote-unquote official papers, proving they are in agreement with the official policies of certain institutions, sometimes even our government. This Roman Catholic thinking, which we see presently pushed upon us, was also active in France during the Protestant Reformation. Now at that time, France was predominantly Roman Catholic, but biblical Christianity was converting thousands due to the rediscovery and preaching of two major Christian principles: Sola Scriptura, which means the Bible alone is the Word of God, and Sola Fide, which means that justification is by grace alone, through faith alone. Roman Catholic authorities reacted as they had always done in the past to anyone who challenged their religious and temporal power. They reacted with brute force and coercion. Historian Henry White tells how men suspected of disagreeing with the Roman Catholic Church's religious views could not safely travel in France without official documents that showed that they were in good standing with the Catholic Church. He writes the following, and I quote, "Every suspected person was required to possess a certificate of orthodoxy, and even intercession on behalf of convicted heretics was made penal. These severities, though they were called too lenient by the Pope, drove the Reformed to immigrate in such numbers, in spite of all attempts to stop them, that a president of the Parliament of Bordeaux wrote to Montmorency, expressing his alarm at seeing on the one hand the immigration increasing every day, and on the other the great progress made by Calvinism." End quote. taken from The Massacre of St. Bartholomew, preceded by A History of Religious Wars in the Reign of Charles IX, Chapter 1. That was page 34. Now, if that sounds like Nazi Germany, then just remember that Hitler and Himmler were both devout Roman Catholics who were never excommunicated by the Roman Catholic Church. History has shown us time and again that tyranny and feudalism are part of the political and economic nightmare produced by Roman Catholicism. Compare that Roman Catholic thinking to the political thought resulting from the treaty known as the Union of Utrecht, 1579. In that Calvinist treaty, we read the following, quote, "Members thereof, and the preservation of the property and rights of each individual, whether churchman or layman, and no other province shall be permitted to interfere or make difficulties, provided that each person shall remain free in his religion, and that no one shall be investigated or persecuted because of his religion, as is provided in the pacification of Ghent." End quote. That was taken from the Union of Utrecht, Article 13. Thanks to the Calvinist Dutch Republic, non-Protestant philosophers such as René Descartes and Benedict de Spinoza were able to safely publish their work and escape being tortured and murdered by the Roman Catholic Inquisition. Although Descartes professed to be a devout Roman Catholic, the Catholic Church would still go on to ban his books in 1663. As for Spinoza, he was raised Jewish, and his parents had been forced to convert to Roman Catholicism before they were able to reach freedom in the Dutch Republic. The influence of Calvinism on the history of the United States is undeniable. Our own Articles of Confederation were based on the Union of Utrecht produced by the Dutch Calvinist Republic of the 1500s. A study of the Glorious Revolution of 1688, which is a major part of English history, may also enlighten the viewer of the influence of Calvinist thought on our own civil liberties, such as the right to bear arms. In conclusion, if you enjoy exercising religious freedom, at least until our papist government decides to suppress it, then think a Calvinist.